Okay. This button says we're streaming. The internet says we're streaming.
Hello?
So I think we're streaming.
I don't see anything there. But
Yeah, I know it's black, but everybody else can see us,
All
I
right.
guess. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is I, Eric, the behind-the-scenes guy in front of you today, and then this guy over here.
Tyler V at ZZP.
And he is our main attraction today. We're doing our second AMA ever, which is we're still a little rusty at, so apologize if we have some clunks and bumps, but we're just we're feeling this out a little bit.
We should be all right.
Yeah, we got this down by now. But yeah, we have some questions we've been fielding. Obviously, all you in the chat, welcome. Good to see you all on a Wednesday for us here. We're gonna kind of just jump in and kind of pick this man's brain over here.
All right.
On life and living and stuff like that.
It's a little wrinkly today. It's not totally smooth. So.
Yeah, we're both already a little winded today. We had a in-office workout that kind of got us a little by surprise.
Right.
Yeah. So, how you doing today?
Oh, good.
Yeah?
Good. Just got back from Colorado. My wife and I went out there for the last week. I got back in the office Monday, and Ethan Vink, I have your email. I am just catching up, and I had a lot more than I thought I would have had.
Yeah, that post-vacation catch-up is always a real fun, just smack in the face.
Oh, yes.
I had a similar experience also, because both of us just happened to get back from vacay, so we're very chilled out.
Yeah.
Other than the
we got a little color. I see it.
you
good.
see a little bit of tan. Not very common where we're currently situated, so we
Not
stick
yet.
out a little bit. But yeah, so we earlier this week, for those of you who follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all the other socials, kind of threw out some questions for anybody who had some for Tyler. Obviously, we'll get to you guys in the chat here in a minute, but we're going to read off what we got from some people.
Yeah.
First off the bat, we have That Red Slow Bolt. Asking for anybody who has seen the thumbnail or hasn't seen the videos. Tyler has a nice blue Cobalt he's been working on, and he wants to know where the wheels on that thing come from.
Yeah. So on the blue Cobalt currently are HHR SS wheels. They're just stock. They come chrome / they have a little gunmetal in the inserts, and I've always thought they look really nice. I kind of like them over the LNF Cobalt wheels, so I had a spare set. On they went, but that's changing. I'm in the works on some things on the blue car. So
Ooh, okay.
different wheels coming.
Some cosmetic changes as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I got some things.
It's fun. That means more videos for me, so I'm excited. Awesome. Yeah. Moving right along. Nick HWM asks, is E85 worth it for your daily driver?
Kind of a loaded question. Easiest answer is if you have it readily available in your area / what you're, where you're commuting to and from. If you have it available, yes, 100%. Especially with fuel prices right now. I know around here, 93 is nearing $5. I just filled the blue car up with E85 yesterday for $2.95. So almost $2 less a gallon. Yes, you do get less miles per gallon, but it's all about the smiles per gallon around here. And E85 is a good power increase. And most of the platforms that we work on, it's just a few things to get them ready for that. So the power, definitely. If you have to, order in a 55-gallon drum, or you have to drive an hour away to get it, well, then that's all worth, what's your time worth, what's your money worth. But if it's readily available, 100%.
Mm-hmm. And do all of your cars currently run on E85?
The base model, no.
Okay.
Just because E85 on a naturally aspirated base model isn't going to make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And on those cars, you have to upgrade injectors, upgrade the fuel pump. Never felt like doing that. But blue car is E85 full-time. The Camaro is flex fuel, so I can run anything from full 93 to full E85.
Yeah. It's a nice thing about those fancy newer cars.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So nice.
Speaking of a Camaro, the other car in the thumbnail of this video, FYI.
Yep.
Michigan Sound Wizard, a regular here on our podcast streaming and whatnot, asked, which is your favorite build so far? Tinkering on the Cobalt or upgrades to the Camaro?
Ooh, that's tough. They're totally different cars in a few aspects. One being the Camaro is new. It has a nice interior. It has a nice stereo. It has, it's a nice car. It's a 2017.
Right.
But the Cobalt it might be because I've been working on Ecotex for a long time. I enjoy working on that a lot because it is really simple. LSJs are easy. They're simple to work on. As far as driving experience, it's also a toss-up, Camaro's got a turbo, but it's an automatic. It does have some flappy paddles, so get to do some shifting there, but lame car guy excuse, manuals are always more fun. So the blue car, if I had to go out and pick one of the two right now, I would probably grab the Cobalt first. Now, the Camaro is getting some upgrades right now, so maybe that'll take over. We'll see.
Well, you got multiple upgrades on multiple cars right now. That's fun.
Yep.
Is it stretch to say in the car guy world that your favorite car is just the newest car you bought?
Yeah. Probably. Probably.
Yeah. Just the newest toy is always the most exciting one.
Like Tim picked up his base model and he was talking about how much fun it was, and Ryan was laughing at him. But sometimes it really is just about getting something new and doing even if they're the same things.
Right.
I mean, I've had two Ion Red lines, and now I have a Cobalt, another Cobalt, and you'd think you'd get bored of it, but no, they're still fun.
It's always something new to do.
Yep.
Something fun.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, moving on down the list. We have multiple questions from our good buddy Jeff Gordon, who is surprised by this. No one. Nugget ranking. This is something that gets talked about in the office a lot, actually, whether or not it's on here or just in private. It's highly debatable in our office about food and fast food.
And we talk about food a lot.
What's the best? Yeah. And Tyler here has kind of become the unofficial chicken nugget / fried chicken aficionado in the office. So he kind of has become the voice of reason when it comes to chicken. So what is your... He specifically asks for the benchmark being 1 would be highest, ranking-wise.
Now, I'm going to stray from this a little bit. I'm going to go away from just nuggets because that kind of constrains you.
Sure.
And just go tender or nugget.
Right.
My number 1 would have to be Zaxby's.
Okay.
However, we don't have that around here, which is quite unfortunate. Tied for second would be Culver's and or Chick-fil-A. They're always near the top of my list. The Culver's ones they're different. They're good though. From readily available fast food restaurants, man, between the big 3, Wendy's definitely has the best nugs.
Oh yeah, spicy chicken nugs.
Then McDonald's, then Burger King. I don't know anyone who eats anything from Burger King anymore.
Do you include the chicken fries in that category?
Ooh,
Burger King's chicken fries.
Their chicken fries are definitely better than their nuggets.
Do they still make the chicken fries?
It's been a while. I don't even know.
I don't know either. I don't go to that place anymore. It scares me.
No, it does.
The food, I feel really gross every time I eat there. So
especially in today, if you can buy 10 chicken nuggets for $1, do you really want to be eating them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's already questionable how much actual chicken is in most fast food nuggets, but Burger King's makes you feel like that's just animal replacement or something.
And McDonald's lately they've been more and more greasy, and I'm just not digging them. So I go for a little more bougier nugget now.
More high quality.
Yep, more high quality nuggets.
Get up there. That's fair. No, there's too many to choose from, honestly. Like they used to have their chicken selects or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
Alice's BK Nugs give me the bad mouth sweats. Yes, they do. Now, if Burger King you're listening, and I'm sure you are, of our many viewers, go back to the old nuggets, like the old. I'm talking middle school days. The Crowns. Oh yeah, the Crowns were good.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the fries that left the feeling on the roof of your mouth. Those were delicious.
Go back to just all of your old things, because everything you make now is terrible.
Yeah,
basically.
It's junk. I don't know how they're still in business.
I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat goes to Burger King, tell me why.
Yeah, or if you know someone who works there, we honestly want the backstory of how they're still in business.
Is it a giant drug ring? Are they the cartel?
Are they the ones that when you say no lettuce, they hand you a bag of weed or something?
Let's try it out.
Who knows? This is a mystery now. Investigate Burger King. We're starting the hashtag.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Back to car talk. Jeff Gordon also wants to know which of your cars is your go-to summer driver.
Well, now that the Camaro has AC again, because it was lacking that last year, so it didn't get driven much. I'm thinking this year the Camaro's going to get driven a good bit. The Cobalt, with some of the things I'm going to do, will still be plenty streetable, but it's going to have 200 treadwear tires on it, and I don't want to burn those up. So I'm guessing this year the Camaro will be the bigger daily.
Okay.
Yep. I'll grab J Jaguar here because this is always a good one.
Oh,
How did you end up at ZZP? Well, I was a customer for 4 or 5 years before I started. I had my base model. I came up. I originally went to the old building across the street, met Steve, asked him, hey, I got this sweet, 2.2 Cobalt. What do I do? Right. And he's like, sell it. Get an SS. And I'm like, okay. But anyway, so what do I do? And so I bought a couple things here and there. On that car, most of it was butt used just because I was broke. Anyway, graduated from Grand Valley here in Grand Rapids back in 2018. I graduated on a Friday, and that day ZZP posted up that they were looking for a customer service rep. Now, I had sold cell phones for the last 7 or 8 years before that. I didn't really want to do customer service or anything customer-facing, but I knew I liked ZZP. It was in something that I enjoyed, and so I thought, hey, I'll shoot my shot. So I put in my app, and I had actually come about 3 months earlier before I graduated and dropped off my resume to Ryan, and I said, hey, if you guys are hiring, let me know, and which is usually a no-no around here, but apparently they saved it, and Al said that he knew that little 13-year-old and go ahead and bring him in for an interview. So they did, and I graduated on a Friday, and I interviewed, or maybe I'm a week off. Anyway, then I started 3 days later. So
wow.
Yeah, Kyla called me back, and I was so nervous. I interviewed, not a full suit, but I did khakis and like a suit jacket. And now working here for so long, I'm like, that was silly. I could have just come in with this.
Just like fresh out of school, you're just like, I gotta be professional.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, bring your resume and ask these probing questions, and then you get here for 10 minutes, and you're like, oh, that's not what.
I'm pretty sure I felt way overdressed at mine too.
Ethan, I went to Grand Valley for advertising and public relations. So, yeah.
And surprise, you're actually using that knowledge.
Yeah, a little bit.
So not all of us ended up in that fortunate situation.
Yeah.
2 things I have to note about your backstory when it comes to ZZP, because I've heard the story a few times now.
Yep.
I love that your first interaction as a customer, you did the classic customer thing, and someone gave you advice and you ignored it.
Yep, 100%.
Which, you still have that car, which is even better.
I do.
And then 2, oh no, I lost it.
Uh-oh.
You were going to say, you said something about...
Ad PR, what am I doing?
The fact that it was like the freaking clouds parted as soon as you graduated and ZZP happened. Because we don't have open positions that often.
No, not
often. Of all the times for you to graduate, all of a sudden ZZP is hiring.
I put it
it's
in
like they were just ready for you.
Boom. And then I did customer service for 3 days, and then Kyla was like, hey, we want you to join the marketing team, which at the time was only 2 people. Then we grew to 8 people, and then now we're back down to 3 people.
Yeah.
But we all do everything.
A lot of iterations. So, yeah. It all kind of just blends together after a while.
Yeah. I want to shout out Brennan Bailey. He is my buddy from basically since I was born. I've known him since I was 4.
Wow.
He grew up across the street, and I know Trev mentioned it that he wanted to see the box video again. That's who was recording, was Brennan Bailey.
We're going to have to do a deep dive into that video because I'm not familiar either.
I wish the footage wasn't lost into the ether.
We'll have to recreate it or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, all right. Well, also, Ethan, cool that you also are currently going to GV.
Yeah.
We have 2 Lakers on camera right now, so go Lakers. Last question from Jeff Gordon. He said no experience, but I think he meant expenses. No expenses spared build. If you could build anything without money being a factor.
I have an unlimited budget, and I've thought this over. I'm going to base it off what I have now, not including a new car. So the base model that we've been talking about, I've had for many years. I think it's going on 8 now. It's for being a Michigan car, and I really only drive it in the winter now. It's surprisingly clean underneath. The problem is it's nearing 200,000 miles. It's just a base model Cobalt. I have 8 years of memories and experience, and we're humans, so we hold on to those things.
Of course.
So I'll probably never sell it. So what I'm thinking is eventually one day, Erica will want a new car. So then I'll take her HHR for my daily. Then the black base model will be retired officially as daily duty. Then I'll strip it, gut it, take out the engine, take out all the wiring harness, kind of do what Al did, and run a fuel tech, do a PDM. I'll do a big turbo LSJ build on it, and make it a full time attack car.
Oh my god, like half miler?
No, time attack like road course.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So big arrow, giant spoiler, a bunch of silly money pit things. It's it's in the 5 to 10 year plan. Will it happen? Probably not, but we'll see.
Right. So that, long story short, is the no expenses build.
Yep.
If you somehow hit a windfall of money.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be the next snowball.
If I had to buy a new platform car, I would get a manual ATSV and just do everything to that.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. So, Ryan Derrick, look out. He's
Yep.
planning on making the next Snowball, apparently.
Yep.
Out of a 2.2.
Yep.
So, which I'm sure Ryan will feel really happy about.
Oh, he'll hate it for some reason.
All right, last question from the socials before we just talk to you people. Scott McPhee wants to know what does the mod list look like on your dream in real life car?
Oh, IRL, so Ion Redline.
Oh, Ion Redline.
Yep.
Okay, I'm clearly up with the shorthand here.
So it can be a daily Sunday car or an all-out ripper.
Right.
I think that kind of goes into my no expenses spared build. I would probably
Right.
do the same if I started with a Redline.
Mm-hmm.
But as a daily fun car, probably replicate my black Ion that I had and do a Z54 entry-level kit.
Oh, okay.
Super easy, super reliable, made over 400 wheel horsepower, which is more than you need on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Coilovers make it look nice. I'd like to paint a car one day. I've never.
Oh yeah, custom.
Yeah, I've never changed the paint on any of my cars. Obviously, the Camaro has a wrap now, but I've always wanted to get something painted a custom color. So there's a really weird blue that Chrysler made for their 200 lately. It's like a almost flat blue / Nardo gray. I think it would look really cool on a Redline.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
Sounds like a sharp blue kind of color. Nice.
J Jaguar, what's the worst car you've ever owned? I had an absolutely cursed Saab 9.3. I've heard that about Saabs, that you either love them or hate them. Never owned a Saab. I've always wanted to, but maybe that's a note not to.
Maybe.
But my worst car was definitely my 2005 Ford Focus. That thing was a pile of junk. Ooh. And I should have never bought it. Not bad backstory. I sold my 2004 Colorado, which was one of the best cars I ever owned, because I wanted better gas mileage. So I bought a Ford Focus hatchback with a manual. It was like bare bones. It had crank windows. It didn't even have a tack. So even though it was a manual, you couldn't see where you were revving to. Then I owned that for like a year. Randomly, it ate a bunch of valves and destroyed itself, and it was just a piece of junk. I hated it. I hate Ford Focuses. I will never own one again. Erica had one that was also a piece of junk, and yeah.
Is it just mid-2000s Ford Focuses, or just?
I don't know. But the later ones, the generation thereafter that you see a lot lately, those are junk too. They all have transmission problems. That I don't know. Maybe it's just Ford. I think the only Ford I'd ever own is a Mustang. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason you see a lot of those too, I guess. Yeah. But who knows?
Yep.
I mean, they sound nice.
Yeah, they do.
Some of them sound nice. Some of them are like, what? I have questions as to why the person is driving that and they own that car.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Will the blue car get the Cobalt coilovers soon? Actually, the base model is in the garage up on jack stands.
Funny you say that.
Yeah, funny you say that. I just started that 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am stealing the, what was the original prototype set of our Cobalt coilovers off the base model. They are going on the blue car. I'm freshening them up. I have some new experimental bump stops. I have some 8K springs to jump over the 6Ks. And yeah, so those are going on. Those are going to be hitting the road course this year. And I'll probably buy another set for the black car. I was going to rebuild my old BCs, but I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And you have the shiny new ones right here.
Exactly.
Just ready, just waiting for
Yeah,
them.
it's so easy.
There you go. Let's see. We probably
let's
skipped some people back up here.
Go back
a
up to
little
the
ways.
top.
What do we got?
Chicken fingers or chicken wings. Ooh.
I thought about that while we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Classifying the two.
Gotta go with fingers. They're just much more versatile. Chicken wings, if you find a good wing spot, like our wing spot here, then they're good. But I feel like they're much more inconsistent. You go to different places, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad.
And my question is, what separates a boneless chicken wing from just being a chicken nugget?
Nothing. They're the same.
Like
the sauce,
besides, that
the
they have
fact
sauce.
that they come pre-sauced,
Right.
I guess.
Yeah, like
But-
that's the only because like I'm a bone-in kind of guy. Like
Yeah, if I'm gonna get
a little
wings,
juicy that
I'll,
way.
I'll get bone in for sure.
Because it's gonna be messy regardless. So
Yeah.
you might as well go.
Yeah,
all
you get
out.
the sauce and all that.
Yeah. But that's the and in the bone-in category, I will anybody in the Midwest, Michigan area, Detroit Wing Company kills it in that department.
Is there one around here in Grand Rapids?
There is actually.
Oh,
They
well.
opened like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Okay.
They've got like 1 million different sauces. They're super good. They're like the first place that's ever gotten me off of the regular barbecue, like just regular
okay.
sauces basically, because they have like 1,000 sauces.
All
and they're
right,
amazing.
I'll have to
So,
try it.
highly recommended. Yeah.
Who weighs less, Trevor or Tyler?
That is a good question. I actually really want to know the answer to
I
this.
think it's Trevor. I also believe that he's about an inch taller because I remember one day we were measuring heights, but I think Trevor's itches me out as a lightweight race
I can
driver.
see that. Like, I think it comes closer because he has a larger mane of hair most of the time.
Yeah. If
that
he
weighs
cuts
him down a
all
little
that
bit.
off, then he's definitely.
But
lower.
like, if you've ever seen, like, I'm pretty sure Trevor's ankles, I could literally take a single finger thumb combo and wrap it all the way around.
He's so tiny.
He's like, it is kind
He
of
makes me feel muscular some days.
right. Like, it blows my mind that he can pull that off. Because
Yep.
sometimes I wish I could be that same.
It's a blessing and a curse. Little Red XPTSC. We have a 3800 top 5 mods video. Super easy. Search it. Start there.
Yeah. And most of you have been good, but we had this with Ryan's AMA. We're not really going to use this platform to like answer your customer servicey questions. Like if you have an issue with something or whatever, we have a whole phone number and email for that stuff. So we're just here to kind of chill and talk about cool stuff.
Yep.
And,
Make fun of me. Whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
I saw on this screen, I saw John's 14M, which is Mike Johnson asking some things, and I'm sure they're going to be quite inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We might do some selective reading in that particular category. I think we're back to where we started reading, so I'll bring her back down here.
Yeah, let's see. Jason, I certainly hope that we get a M62 Showdown. I think that it'd be a lot of fun. The problem now is since I'm doing a 4x100 swap, I don't have any wheels for slicks, so we might have to just swap back. I mean, it's just 2 wheel bearings in the front. Wouldn't be that too bad. Dairyland LNF, are you keeping the Blues Cobalt supercharged? What's the end goal? Yes. So immediate plans are keeping it supercharged, also keeping it on the stock pulley, which has a lot of contention. A lot of people ask me why, and that's silly. But my goal for it is to make 300 wheel horsepower on the stock pulley, which, as far as I know, I don't think has ever been done. It may have in the past, but this, I'm talking no nitrous, anything. I think with ported blower, ported head, cams, valve springs, neutral balance shafts, I mean, it's going to take some work, but I made 260 wheel on just intake, downpipe header E85. So I've got all the cooling mods now. Now we need to getting into the big work. So end goal, I don't know. Ryan was saying earlier that I should just turbo it, and I probably will eventually, but we'll see.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like almost feels like now what we did with the Drag Sonic, where it's just like, let's just see how far you can go on it before really like ripping out the guts of it. And stuff
I want to keep it streetable. It's going to be my road course car this year, so that's what I'm setting up all the suspension and wheels and tires for. So it will get driven a lot, and yeah, just have a lot of fun with it. Mike said, "What's your sister's phone number?" 867-5309.
There you go.
Why is it every time I speak, there's a joke about me missing second?
Well, it's either every time you speak or every time Alva Claire is in the room.
Yes. Yep.
I will bring that up until the day you die, even if you get it right. It doesn't
Oh yeah,
matter
I'm
anymore.
sure. Even
Yeah.
this year, if we run a 10 in the Sonic, it will. It'll.
I think the only downfall of the Drag Sonic not having problems with axles anymore is that the only thing he can be mad about is the driver.
Yeah, that's fair. Best gas station beer. Well, I am a Miller High Life guy now. I don't really know why. It's not a good beer.
Well, I just want to know, J Jaguar, what exactly classifies as a gas station? Obviously, a gas station beer is a beer sold at a gas station, but like, does it just basically mean domestic beer?
Yeah,
Because
are we
what
talking
else?
just cheapies?
Yeah,
Or,
like you can find some weird beer at rare random gas stations.
Yeah.
I've tried a lot of questionable things.
one beer that I experienced last week that I had never had, that I am a true believer in now, is a Montucky Cold Snack. And if anyone is from Colorado, they will know that a Montucky Cold Snack is a very cheap beer. And if you go to Don's in Denver, you can get a Kentucky Bucky, which is five cold snacks for $10, and it is one of the best values I've ever
those
had.
are a canned drink?
Yep, it's canned beer.
See, that kind of name just sounds like some kind of, like, someone would hand you, like, a mason jar and just call it that and be like, yeah,
Have a
try
cold
it.
snack.
Yeah. Like, you don't get to, they don't tell you what's in it, but it's like, yeah, have a cold snack, it'll knock you on your ass.
What I thought was funny in Denver, nobody drank Coors Light.
No.
The factory is in Golden. It's like 20 minutes away. And you ask for cheap beers, and they're like, oh, yeah, here, I have Montucky.
Right.
Yeah.
They're strictly exports of Coors. They do not
Yeah, they
drink
don't
their
drink
own
it there.
supply, apparently.
Are there any Canadians in here? Do you drink Labatt's? Or
Right.
Is it
I was
just kind
going
of
to
weird?
say, being in Michigan, we actually have a lot of Labatt drinkers. That's actually kind of my go-to. But I'm curious if people in Canada have any opinion on Labatt Blue. Let us know.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Let's see. Randy, I'll grab yours real quick. Our new turbo is coming out very soon. If your appointment is in June, then you might want to reach out to Bo and let him know that you want the new one, because, yeah, that thing's going to be wicked.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun.
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
All right. I didn't know that this was going to be a chicken podcast, but
I mean,
that's fine.
We may have promoted it a little bit on the social medias, but that is a good question because I don't even know.
I might say Popeyes, because their fries are better.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's fries are very bland, and I'm a bland type of guy, but
Yeah.
the waffle fries, there's just no kick
Yeah.
to them.
It's really just the texture when it comes to the waffle fries. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not really like
They're like a
there's-
mashed potato inside.
yeah,
you
like
know?
it's pretty plain everything else.
And Popeyes, you get a biscuit, and I'm a big biscuit fan.
Oh.
So, yeah, we do have plenty of Popeyes. Ryan, 2 weeks ago, ordered them for lunch every single day. So,
He did do that.
yep.
Sadly, I have to confess I've never had Popeyes.
You've never had Popeyes?
Not
Okay.
any Popeyes whatsoever.
Well, everyone from the office, we're going to Popeyes this week. That's what we're doing.
I'm okay with this.
Yep.
I need to try it finally.
And I've heard their shrimp is good too. I usually stay away from fast food shrimp just because fast food.
Seafood in a fast food restaurant just seems like it's going to be a bad time.
Yeah.
That's why I never go to Long John Silver's.
I do like
freaks-
Long John's.
Do you?
Yeah, it's slept on. Only old people go there.
It seems like I honestly have always wondered who keeps them in business.
I also think it's a front because the one here, there's one employee in there, and you see one car every few hours.
Right.
How are they paying the rent? I
Like
don't know.
something else
Is
is
there a
going
lot
on.
of DoorDashers that go to Long
It's
John's?
like a gambling ring in the
But
back.
every time I come to work with Long John's, which is, I don't know, once every few months, I go, oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I go and get it, and I bring it back, and everyone's like, oh, I totally forgot they existed. So,
Yeah, they're the most
well.
forgettable, still in business fast
fast
food
food.
place
Yep,
for some reason. I
definitely.
don't get it.
What products do you use to keep your passenger side dashboard so clean? Apparently nothing, Mike, because Erica's is filthy.
I was going to say, that is either an oddly specific inquiry or an inside joke for the
Well,
rest of us.
we were over on the east side, and Erica likes to put her feet up on the dash when I'm driving. And in the winter, it's Michigan.
Yeah.
I don't like it when she does that, but she continues to do it, and we're married.
That
So
is like
here we are.
the like road trip girlfriend wife thing to do, is
Yep.
just to pop the feet up on the
Yeah.
dash. Have you done the old like randomly hit the brakes and send her flying into the wheel footwell area yet?
No, because I'm afraid of what she'd do to me.
Fair enough.
Yep. There's a secret door in the back of Long John's that leads to the Batcave.
So that's where Batman hides out.
Yep.
His Long John Silver.
Yep. J Jaguar, I am not a spicy man. Sometimes I think the air is too spicy, so I stay away from that. I get real bad
I'll be
heartburn.
curious to see if you have a turning point on that, because I, for the longest time, had the same.
Yeah.
I hate spicy foods, and now maybe it's like the older you get, the less your taste buds work well. So lately, I've been getting more adventurous and trying spicy foods, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, nope, this was a mistake.
Yep.
But there is like that one time now where I'm like, this was actually better than I
actually kind
expected.
of like it.
Yeah. It's weird how that works sometimes.
Yeah. Michigan Sound Wizard, we answered your question earlier. It's kind of a toss-up, hard to say. Cobalt's more fun to wrench on because it's easier, I would say. And I bought it stock and built it up. Whereas when I got the Camaro, it was already full bolt-ons. And so while I have done work on it, obviously you've seen some install videos. ZZP does some of that too. So, which is also kind of nice when Bo's like, "Hey, what do you need done on the Camaro?" And I'm like, "I don't have to do it myself." Yeah, here you go.
What a concept. That's so nice. Perks of working at ZZP.
Yep.
Al is back to lowercase, so he must have taken his meds or something. But
Yeah, Richard Holdner does do some really cool stuff. I love watching his videos. He also types in all caps. That's just kind of how he lives his life. But what he does and the way that he breaks down is pretty cool. There are a lot of great YouTube channels. But what else do we got here? How's the ATSV running? Tim's been driving it for about a month now. Our weather's finally opening back up, so time to bring out the nice cars.
yeah, I think everybody's excited about that. Been seeing a lot more of them, those fast cars on the road lately, which is nice. Not seeing all the slushing salt and all the gross stuff.
One thing that was cool in Colorado, which I know their weather is better than us. Obviously, they get a lot more sun, but they still do get snow. But there were a lot of shops with lifts outside.
Really?
Yeah, like they had 2 lifts in garages, and then they had 2 right there under a covered structure. So it'd be kind of nice to work outside.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice, actually. I mean, it'd be hard here because we have extremely unpredictable weather. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you don't.
unless
be
we
able
get some
to use
awnings
it,
or something. But that is interesting. And it's also just fun whenever you travel to kind of see how the car cultures are similar and different.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Especially, you go down south to Florida, South Carolina. That it's way different than up here. One thing that I found interesting in Colorado as well was their minimum octane was 84. So here we have 87 as the minimum.
Yeah.
They have 84, which obviously they have less dense air, so the cars are making less power. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But
yeah.
I asked Erica's brother. We were borrowing his car, and I said, of course, car guy thing. We go to fill it up, and I'm like, "Hey, what gas does your car take? 84, 87, premium, 91." And he goes, "I don't know." I just go to the
cheap
pump
one
and fill it up, and I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll go with the cheap one then."
Yeah. That is an absolute car guy question. That when you aren't around car people, you realize, oh, this is kind of a weird question to ask someone, I guess.
And then another example of that recently was Erica's friend. Her car broke down, her engine blew up or whatever, and so we let her borrow Erica's car, and Erica took the base model for a couple days, and it's an LNF, so I sent it out, and I said, "Okay, Erica, I know you know this, but just in case she wants to fill up, because usually you lend somebody a car, they want to fill it up." I said, "Make sure she puts 93 in it." And she goes, "I'm not going to tell her." I was like, tell her to put 93 in it.
Do it. This is
Oh, yeah.
important.
Liberty prevails. Yeah, 85. So I was
Yeah.
mistaken, but yeah, weird.
Yeah, I wonder like whoever's in charge of that, who like figures out the science, like this is the octane this state needs.
Yeah, I don't
Or
know
if
if
that's
the
a thing.
manufacturers do that or the gas companies do that or yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, other topic we need to hit because it's also a big conversation, at least around you in the office. Pets.
Pets.
What
oh,
pets
yes.
do you have?
So I'm a cat guy. I'm a crazy cat dad.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone around here knows that because I show them off. But so we have 3 cats at our house. We have Pamela Catterson,
Pamela Catterson. Yes.
Ernest Meowingway, and Georgie Cooney. So we like our puns, obviously.
Yeah, and that they all have to have full names.
Oh yes,
First and last.
Oh yeah, you can't mess around there. People call their pets Scoots and Paws and whatever. No,
Right,
You
no.
got to. They have to have human names.
They're an individual. They get a full name.
Yep. Pam is a unit. She is 22 pounds. And then Ernie is kind of in the middle now. He has no tail. He's just got a little poof. He's 10 pounds. And then little Georgie's 6.
Is
So-
Georgie's the youngest, the
Nope.
newest? Or no?
Ernie is the
Ernie
youngest.
is the youngest.
Yep.
Ernie's the one who wears bow ties a lot, doesn't he?
Yep. He's got a collar because he's a menace, and you got to know where he's at all times. Full Throttle Gaming. You lower on my list now.
The feeling's mutual, I guess.
Cats are the way. No, I love dogs. I had dogs growing up. We had a golden and a lab and a pug and a corgi, and me and Erica are too busy. We don't have kids. We like to travel. We like to go out of town, and it's so much easier to just put food out for the cats and leave them. They're fine over a weekend. Dogs, you got to have somebody watch them.
Right.
You got to let them out at lunch, whatever. But
Yeah.
my cat's name is Car Wash. He loves his name. Okay, that's a pretty good
Car wash.
pretty good name too.
Why does it feel like any weird name works for cats?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
you
know.
can call them
Call
anything.
Call it Bucket.
Yeah,
And it just
exactly.
works.
And if like it sounds weird, but then you actually see like a picture of the cat, and you're like, okay,
Yeah, it's a Bucket.
That's Bucket. I
Or
can
like-
see it.
Or like BLT. I could
Yeah.
totally see a cat being named BLT.
I had a buddy in high school whose family had they just had outdoor cats that came in and out all the time,
yep.
so they had a ton of them, and they literally had one that they named CAT. Like its name was verbally the spelling of cat.
CAT.
They called it CAT, and I was like, what were you guys smoking when you came up with?
Erica's parents have a cat, and its name is PETA. PITA.
Like the bread?
Nope. Like pain in the ass. And it is.
All right.
It is
That's
a pain
fair.
in the ass. Yep.
Oh, peanut, like N.
No.
Oh.
PITA. Pain in the ass.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I never even thought of that as a shorthand
Yep.
before. Dipstick. There you
Dipstick,
go.
there
That's
you go,
That's
yeah.
a dog one. I would call a dog dipstick.
Yep.
Although I feel like it'd be kind of mean to call him dipstick.
Yeah. I kind of feel
Unless
like
it was
that's
like a
little bit-
really dumb dog that like gets stuck in places they're not
bit
supposed to be or
demeaning.
something.
Yeah.
But I could see that. Yeah, that's a
White
thing.
Claw. Yeah, that's a good name too.
White Claw.
See, I've never liked naming pets after car stuff. I don't know. Maybe I keep my hobbies separate.
Does that seem too
but
stereotypical?
It just kind of seems like, oh yeah, this one's Turbo, and you're like, oh cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That-
That's
Turbo
just
would
me.
be a pretty generic name for a dog. I
Yeah.
feel
Now,
like.
if you had a snail named Turbo, then there you go.
There's irony involved in that one. Everyone, it's like clever. I see what you did there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except after that, what was the Disney movie with the racing snails? Was that Turbo?
It might have been.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that one did very well, but I think yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man. All right. I
Well,
should have wrote down some questions.
I know. Come on, guys. I need some
Yeah.
more.
What else
some
you
good
guys
ones.
got for us here?
We got
Still got a good 20 minutes.
30 viewers in here,
Right.
other than Mike. I don't know who the heck Roger Klotz is.
Yeah. Is that
Like-
a reference we're supposed to get?
Yeah, probably. I get it at Jude's. I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah. Classic
another
Jude's.
one.
Yeah. Is that your go-to place?
Yeah, just because it's easy.
Right.
I can schedule online, show up at lunch, get it done in 35 minutes, and
Mm-hmm.
grab food on the way back.
I'm a great clips guy.
Ooh, all right.
It's a good haircut for this economy, I'd say.
You know, if you have
No
something
nonsense.
easy, then
Right. Yeah.
it's really
I
not
mean,
hard.
us guys, we don't really have to look too far.
No.
You have to try really hard to screw up
Yep.
a man's hair.
Yes, you do. It's happened once. Actually, Erica did.
Oh no, she. See, that's the dreaded thing is like the trust level you have to have in a relationship when you finally decide to let your partner cut your hair.
Well, it was March of 2020, so the lockdown happened, and we couldn't get haircuts for a long time. So we were going to the only place we could go, the grocery store, and I was like, man, I really need to go for a haircut. So we bought some clippers, and we brought them home, and she was like, do you trust me? And I was like, yeah, sure. What can happen? And it was not good.
Oh no.
She went a little too short on the top, and so then we just had to buzz the whole thing.
Oh.
Yep.
So like you would have had like a
Yeah.
intentional receding hairline otherwise.
Yep.
Yikes.
Would not have been good.
No, that sounds uncomfortable. For everybody.
Favorite music artists?
Ooh.
A few. This is very stereotypical white guy, but I love Macklemore. He's my favorite artist. I've seen him in concert a couple times. Puts on the best show. But other than that, I love all music. I really have no preferences other than no country. I'm not a country person. I hate country.
That's fair. I'm on that same level. Although I wouldn't say Macklemore is stereotypical white guy.
Yeah.
I would say stereotypical white guy would be like Coldplay or something like
Okay,
that.
no, I don't really like Coldplay. I hate U2. I've always despised U2. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like classic rock. I like newer rock. I don't really listen to any metal anymore. I did in middle school because I was an angsty teen, I like a lot of I don't know if you would call it modern pop kind of stuff. I like AJR. They're a good band. I'm going to see Kaleo here in like 2 weeks at 20 Monroe. They're a rock band. I saw the Black Keys a couple of years ago. They're great. They put on a great show. So yeah, that kind of covers that. Favorite Netflix series?
Oh, there's so many now.
Oh,
How do you even choose?
I can't even think.
Or like, how do you even remember if it's a Netflix series or like a Hulu or a HBO or like there's so many.
Oh man, go-tos going back, like one that I always put on. It's not necessarily Netflix, but we're big Bob's Burgers fans.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's a good like comfort show.
Yep.
Bob's
You
Burgers.
just put it on and do whatever you're doing, and you'll you'll watch and laugh a few times.
That's a fun one.
Breaking Bad's always good. I've never watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched. What's another big one? Walking Dead. Could never get into that.
I've watched the first season twice, and then I've never gone past it. But yeah, I don't know. Some of those shows, I feel like they get so big that you're just like, I don't even want to. Like, this is such an investment.
Well, yeah, and you get past a certain point, and then you're like, I don't want to go into all this. Like, it's a big commitment,
right?
And then you got other people talking, about it, and then you got to catch up. And
yeah, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
I like the question, how fast have you allegedly gone on the highway?
Well, my fastest car up until my first red line was my truck, and I think, I don't know, like 120. I don't really go fast on the highway. I've never really done much street racing. So first car you went over 120 miles per hour in, that would have been my first red line. Yep. Instagram name, it's at GBRunner24. That's my tagline for basically everything. Has been since high school.
Is there a reason for that?
I was a runner. I ran track and cross country, and Grand Blanc is my hometown. So GB Runner, and 24 is one of my favorite numbers.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
I mean, there are far worse things in high school you could have ended up making.
Oh yeah.
A username of.
My old ones before that were Nike Soccer 624, Darkstar Skater 624. Oh yeah. So
glad you still remember them.
Oh yeah, they're still up here. I don't know why. Why haven't those been filed away? But
right. I mean, at least you weren't like Meat Stick or something like that. There's people we get emails and messages from people all the time with like weird names like that.
That dude who emailed in earlier, his email was Dickweed something. Yeah.
Like you basically insult yourself in your username for some reason.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, it gives us a laugh, I guess. So
yeah.
It has some worth.
Ooh, 180-ish on a R1. Now, I am not a bike guy because, first of all, I weigh as much as a paperweight.
Yeah.
So
you probably weigh less. Well, most people should probably weigh less than the bike, but even so.
Oh yeah,
you can get thrown
but
pretty easily.
Bikes are only 300 or 400 pounds, and I rode on a 600cc bike once in high school, and I was cruising and gave it the beans at like 60, and the front wheel started to come off, and I instantly went, no, this is not for me. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And I took it back.
There's not enough space or things between you and the road.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
things.
I like to have at least a little bit of metal around me. Right. I'm going fast.
Yeah, something to hold you in. I don't even know the last YouTube wormhole you went down.
Ooh, this one's easy actually. Restorations.
Oh,
I love watching restorations of just things. There's one on YouTube. I'm gonna bring it up because they make some really good stuff. But like restoring old car parts is always cool. But the one that I'm thinking of is Rescue and Restore. So they did this 1871 candy machine. And
what?
Yeah, it's 22 minutes of this dude taking this old rusty machine, breaking it all apart. But when he restores it, he doesn't just, if a bolt's stripped, he doesn't go to the store and buy a bolt. He like makes a new bolt or he makes a new handle.
Oh,
so
wow.
he'll carve stuff out of wood and he powder coats everything. And
dang.
So I lost a couple hours to that.
Yeah,
the other
that's
day.
easy
I was
to
just
do.
sitting there in bed, couldn't fall asleep, and just went down.
It's like you feel like you're learning something, even though there's never a time in your life you're gonna end up doing that. Probably.
No, not to that level.
No, there's some like for cars even. Like I've seen on Netflix, I've binged a couple like restoration shows where they just take old junkers rusting away out in the middle of nowhere and turn them into like beautiful cars, which is pretty cool.
I used to love the series Roadkill, which was on. Well, it was their own channel, and then Motor Trend bought them, and now Motor Trend is dumb, and you have to pay to watch their shows, so I haven't watched it in a few years. But that was a sweet show where they would find an old car and build it back up. And
yeah, that's
cool.
Cool.
They did very Al McClure type stuff, I'll say.
Is that who introduced you to it? Maybe?
No. That started in like 2013.
Oh,
long
okay.
Time ago.
Okay.
Yep.
It's been a minute.
Do I watch sports? Yeah, I would say I'm in the upper echelon of sports watchers here at ZZP. We don't have many.
Yeah, we have a limited group. We did do a March Madness, like office-wide March Madness bracket, but like I think only 3 or 4 of the people who actually contributed knew anything about sports.
Yeah, Tim won, and he just completely guessed on most everything.
Which is how that usually goes.
Yeah, but I'm a big Michigan State fan. Always have been, so I love going to games, more towards football. I'm not a huge professional sports fan. I'll watch NFL. I'll watch the Lions lose. I have no interest in NBA at all. College basketball is fun. NHL, I don't watch a lot on TV, but I love going to Red Wings games. And Major League Baseball, you can't watch it on TV, but love going to a Tigers game. We were there on Sunday. Yeah.
Baseball is definitely one of those sports that's way more, well, I wouldn't even say interesting, just more engaging.
Yeah.
When you go live.
Yeah, for sure. And they're so long to watch on TV. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm speaking of sports, I bowl and I play golf. So typical white dude stuff.
Yeah. You stepped up your bowling game though. Like you've got like a whole technique now and everything.
I got a technique. I got a ball. I got some shoes.
I had to fill in on because Tyler even participates in a league in the winter times. I had to fill in for one of his teammates like a month or so back, and I was definitely the worst guy on the team.
That's all right. Nothing wrong there.
You got to start somewhere.
Chris Fix, I like watching them. Donut Media makes some good stuff. ZZP, I'd say
they're not bad.
We do all right.
No, Donut Media actually, we often like look to them for inspiration with some of our stuff. At least I do.
They are a content machine.
They are. They're kind of crazy how much they put out.
Them and Hoonigan. If you're a car guy who likes to be a part of videos, Hoonigan would be the dream,
Right.
They just do whatever
they're just like, we're going to take this fast car and race it against this fast car on a random patch of pavement we have somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we could do that, but, that's a lot of things you have to do to get to that point.
Yep. Let's see. Favorite category of motorsports? I don't watch much. Probably should more, but it's another thing that in person is so much different than on TV. As far as participating in, road course is definitely my number one. I've become a big fan of drag racing just purely because we're here, and it is fun to watch, the times go down. Autocross I enjoy a lot. I've always wanted to do rally, but there's not really a lot of opportunities where you can just kind of get your toes in.
Right. There's no like autocross for rally.
No.
Yeah.
And all our cars are low, so I don't know what you take to a rally.
Yeah. Well, all the car people we have in this place, I don't know of any that do like off-road stuff really that I've seen.
No, there's one event in northern Michigan that my buddy Adam goes to every year, called Snowdrift. And
Right.
It's through the woods in the winter, and I would go, but it's really cold, so I'm not built for that.
Yeah. It's already cold enough where we live. We don't need to go farther up north.
Yep.
Do you I don't know. Do you play video games?
Not anymore.
No.
I would like to, but I never find time.
Busy adults with lots of
Yeah,
things to do.
that's the unfortunate side effect of having an adult and having money. Is that now that I could afford more video games,
Right.
I
You got other
don't
things.
have any
You got
time.
bills to pay and cars to fix.
Yeah, I think the whole car thing really ruins it, and I like to get some sleep. So I know Trev will wake up at like 4 a.m. and play video games till he comes to work, and I don't know how he does that.
I don't know how he does that either.
Yeah.
As a person who also still plays video games as an adult, I can't do that. I have no idea. I come home and I chill out a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, that's enough.
Yep.
So.
No jujutsu here. I did start recently going to the gym, but that's not even close to jujitsu. I'm just trying to be less puny, and my back hurts all the time, and it shouldn't at 31. 31.
Yeah. No, you're definitely in your 30s because you can't remember your age.
And I don't care
Yeah.
at all. Oh, a birthday, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, another year.
Oh, great. I'm closer to dying.
It's like another year for me to remember I'm dehydrated and always in pain.
Yep. On the category of YouTube, I guess another channel that I love to watch and I've been a huge fan of forever is MKBHD. He makes tech review videos, and like I had said, I sold cell phones for years before doing this, so I've always been big into tech. I used to have a new phone every month and all that, so I love watching his stuff. He has some amazing content, and I mean he shoots with the craziest red cameras.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, and so it's as a guy who enjoys media and tech and just quality content in general, I love watching his stuff. My gym routine, well, I went once so far. So
in that one routine.
Yep. I hate running on treadmills. I've been a runner forever, but I can't do treadmills. Yeah. They hurt my knees. So I did a couple miles on the bike, then did some back, and I'm going tomorrow. We'll probably do the same thing. I just need to get this old man back in shape before I move on to everything else.
I feel you. I was trying to do the same thing before vacation, and then it kind of dirt roaded me. But as a actually former runner, I also coincidentally, another thing Tyler and I have in common, used to be runners. I did track and cross. Running on a treadmill, when you've had to do it, do you get like a weird tunnel vision when you get off of it where you feel like you're still...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you feel like you're moving, but you're not moving?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like when you come off the floors at the airport.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah. Your brain hasn't recalibrated that you're actually supposed to be moving while you're doing that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's such a weird sensation.
Shooter Bud, because I had a base model. Yes. So the LAP is basically an L61 that came in the earlier cars. On the outside, a G5 is a Cobalt, so any suspension it will work. Anything made for a Cobalt will work. The 2.2's aftermarket is a little more limited in terms of off-the-shelf parts, but you can still do our turbo kit, you can still do our supercharger kit, you can still do, internals, all that. Just be careful because the 2.2's, especially later years, aren't very stout.
Yeah, we got like about 5 minutes left here, guys. So any other questions you might have for Mr. Vogt here, throw them in there, or any just general questions you might have, car-wise.
Yeah,
whatever.
Ethan, some of my running PRs. So in high school, middle school and high school, I did track or cross country the whole time. I might have this wrong now, but I think my fastest 5K was 17 16.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I was, all thing intense, decent. I ran varsity all 4 years. We went to state. Unfortunately, my senior year, I had mono and didn't get to see that out. So junior year was my kind of peak. And then in track, I ran 800 and 400, and 400 was actually my favorite event. 800, my fastest time was a 2:01, and in the 400, I ran a 50 flat was my fastest,
Yeah.
which was this close. The school record was a 49.6, and my junior year I ran a 50 flat. So I thought,
man.
I'll come back senior year, run that. So I got mono, didn't run all of track. I ran a little cross country, but my senior year, this freshman kid came in, nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's now a doctor. He lives in New York. Like, he's also the smartest dude you'll ever meet. Busted out a 49.5 in like his third meet
Of course.
as a freshman.
Yeah.
Just like
It's
no
always
big
like
deal.
some punk freshman
Yeah.
on your way out the door, like, oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah. No big deal. Can I red shirt?
Right. Put me in, coach.
Yep. Alfred, how much beer can I consume? For how small I am, probably too much.
Yeah. I can confirm I've been witness to some shocking beer consumption.
Yep.
We'll leave it at that, I guess.
Hey, 4:43 in the mile. That's solid.
Yeah, that's
I
really
was
good.
I think low fives my fastest actual mile. But I never liked doing the mile in track. It was too many laps.
Yeah, mile felt like a marathon.
Oh,
when you're running in a circle, it's just like you're like zone out after
Yeah,
a while.
you're running in the woods, and that's fine. But
Yeah.
going round and round and round, I couldn't do it. That's why I wanted to get away from the 800 because I liked just one lap.
Right.
Just
Just
freaking
one and
sprint
done.
it.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
No, the 800 I thought was the worst because it was right, and I think we've talked about this before. It's like right in between, like
A run.
where you have to go all out or you have to pace yourself, and you have to because you have the second lap. So you're like, how fast is too fast? Will I burn out in the second lap, or do I have to make up for it? And you can never quite get that sweet spot.
Are all LSJ blocks lost foam? I think so. I think even though some 07s, I don't think the LSJs ever moved into the sand. I always get these confused. Sand casted, foam casted. I don't.
Because
Heckin' no.
maybe I'm gonna quiz myself on the knowledge I've been trying to absorb since working here. Are LNFs the ones that were mostly foam casted?
LNFs were the bad ones, so they had the porous block.
Yeah.
And yes, I believe that they were foam, and then the Gen 3s were sand.
And then after LNF was sand casted.
Yep. So
Okay. So an LSJ was before LNF though, right?
yes, they were. So it's technically a Gen 1 block.
Okay.
So it's a little different too. But Cobalt strut bar will not fit the red line. The red line only has one strut tower bolt, and the Cobalt has 3. You could come up with your own brackets and make it work, but no, it won't just bolt on.
All right.
So
Cool. Well, we made it, guys.
yeah,
Look at that. We just chatted away an hour somehow.
and it's fine.
And we're still here.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us. Just a quick preview for those of you who do or do not, but you should tune into our weekly Friday podcast. We have one coming up, shockingly again, every Friday, this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, like the time we're on now. This week, I believe our topic is going to be how to mod your car when you're broke.
Yep.
Because either we've all been broke at one time or we're all still currently broke.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's great to still do cool stuff with your car when you have no money. So
Yep.
we've all been there, and we're all going to kind of figure out that together.
All right. Sounds good.
So that's what we're going to do. Thanks for chatting with us. And
Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. We'll do it again with somebody else, and then hopefully down the road we can do part 2s for some people.
Absolutely. And if you guys have any ZZP people that you've seen on here that you really want to pick their brain about, let us know in the comments of this or any of our other posts. Anyone you'd like to see on here. We always love getting new people and trying new things. So we're open to all sorts of stuff.
All right.
But yeah, I think
See you
that's
guys.
it. We'll sign off.
Peace.
Adios.